You've done it 1,000 times. A birthday, a wedding, a Friday night that got a little out of hand. Someone lifts a glass, everyone leans in, and clink. Nobody questions it. Nobody asks why. But here's the thing. Nobody tells you. The reason we clink glasses isn't celebration. It's fear. For most of history, that little clink wasn't joy. It was a survival check. And by the end of this video, you'll never toast the same way again. So let's actually break this down, because the story of the clink runs through poison, paranoia, ancient gods, and a few very nervous dinner guests. Stick around. It gets weirder than you think. Let's start with the theory everyone's heard. The poison theory. Picture this. You're at a feast a few hundred years ago. The food is good, the wine is flowing, and the person across from you might be trying to kill you. This wasn't paranoia. This was Tuesday. Poisoning was one of the most popular ways to remove an enemy. Quiet, clean, and easy to blame on bad meat. So people came up with a defense. When two cups met hard, the drinks would slosh. A little of your wine splashed into mine, and a little of mine splashed into yours. The logic was simple. If you poisoned my drink, you just poisoned your own. So clinking glasses wasn't friendly. It was a dare, a way of saying, I trust you, but let's make sure. Now, here's where it gets interesting, because historians aren't actually sure this ever happened. Think about it. If someone really wanted to poison you, they'd just poison the cup, not the wine, and a tiny splash wouldn't save you anyway. So the poison story might be a myth, a great story that everyone repeated until it felt true. But the fear behind it, that part was very, very real, and it points to something deeper. Long before poison panic, people believed something else was lurking in their drinks. Evil spirits. In the ancient world, loud sounds were thought to drive away demons. Church bells, banging pots, shouting, and the sharp ring of two cups colliding. That was a tiny alarm, a sound to scare off whatever dark thing might be hiding in your wine. So every toast was a little exorcism. Cheers. But there's one more idea, and honestly, it's my favorite. Think about how you enjoy a glass of wine. You see its color, you smell it, you taste it, you feel the glass in your hand. That's 4 senses, but one sense gets left out. Hearing. So the clink completes the experience. That bright little ring is the sound your wine makes, so that every sense gets invited to the party. Kind of beautiful when you think about it. Now let's go back even further. The idea of toasting is ancient. The Greeks would raise a cup to honor the gods. The Romans took it further. They'd literally drink to each other's health. In fact, the word toast comes from an old Roman habit of dropping a piece of spiced burnt bread into the wine to improve the flavor. Yeah, they put toast in the wine. That's not a joke. That's where the word comes from. So the next time you make a toast, you're quoting a 2,000-year-old snack. So here's the strange part. Poison fears faded. Demons stopped haunting our wine glasses. And yet, the clink survived. Why? Because somewhere along the way, it stopped being about fear and started being about connection. That little sound became a signal, a way of saying, we're here, together, in this moment. You're not checking for poison anymore. You're saying, I'm glad you exist. Same gesture, completely different meaning. Oh, and one quick warning. In a lot of countries, there's a rule. When you clink, you have to make eye contact. Look away. And the superstition says 7 years of bad luck. Some even say it's worse than that. So next time, eyes up, just in case. So there it is. A simple sound you've made your whole life, born from poison, demons, ancient gods, and soggy Roman bread. We kept the gesture. We just forgot the fear. And maybe that's the nicest part of all. That something built on suspicion became a symbol of trust. So here's to you. And yes, I'm making eye contact. Clink. If you enjoyed this, you're going to love the next one, because it turns out the reason we knock on wood is even darker than this. I'll see you there.